Okay, so it's a little noisy outside, but we're gonna make this work. Okay, so listen, guys. If you saw the last video, I styled my hair with a Wedad foam, and it didn't quite go the way that I wanted to go, but I was able to save the wash and go in the end, right? So this is the perfect hair to answer a question on. So I recently got asked a question about how I do my puff. I gave them information because there's enough like Easter egg type stuff throughout my channel for someone to piece it together and figure out how I do my puffs. But I said, no, let me sit down and make a dedicated video. Oh, and also, by the way, hello everyone, Kayla here. This is what the Kink a Natural Hair channel. So let me show you how the hair came out after our whole Wedad situation. This is, what is this, 2 days later or something like that? So this is how the hair came out. Honestly, not bad. Not that bad. But I do have a desire to put it up, okay? So we're going to do a puff today. All right, so here's the first thing about my puffs that one needs to understand. There is no brush, okay? There is no product. There is no water. 9 times out of 10, the puff is a backup hairstyle. I am putting my hair up because the hairstyle failed, or it's really hot and I don't want it on me anymore. I want to extend the life of this style. Whatever it is, the puff is usually not the first initial intentional hairstyle. So that is why I don't use product, and it is usually on an old twist out or an old wash and go. And because it's an older, previously styled hairstyle, the hair is usually soft. So I'm not battling against a crunch or anything like that. So that's the first thing to understand about this. All right, let me go ahead and get the hair up. I'm gonna like tip my head over just to make it a little bit easier for me to pull my hair up. It's a minor thing. Some of y'all may already do this naturally, but I try to aim to line my hair up by my ears. So like my ears are here. So like the ponytail is here. I use my ears as a guideline. And I'm also just kind of pulling it up straight up past where I need to fasten it, like away from my head. That helps me with such thick hair, kind of organizing it all in one direction. Now, at this point, I have options for fastening it. I could do this scrunch it ponytail holder. This is the large one. They have a large one and then they have some smaller ones. I think it comes in a 2-pack. I will leave a link for this in the description box because I'm sure someone's going to ask me questions. So it looks like this on the inside. It's like a banana clip except heavier duty and more oval in shape and shorter than a traditional banana clip. I break banana clips. So this thing has lasted. And you just open it up and do this if you're someone who maybe is not a part of black beauty store culture where you would know a banana clip all day every day, because that they do sell those in there. But really flexible. I like these. They also have the puff cuff, which is a black owned business if you're interested in you know, supporting a black owned, woman owned business as well. But this one, I don't really know much about the owners of Scrunch It. I do know that their address and their location is somewhere outside of Orlando to the north. So it is a business that is near me, actually. Here's what I'm actually going to fasten my hair with, though. I'm going to use a ponytail holder with a bobby pin on either side. The reason I'm going to use this is because this is more accessible to probably most of you. You may not have one of these, a puff cuff or a scrunch it ponytail holder, but you do probably have these things laying around. And so I literally have just looped it around. I have shown this in other videos. I even have a short that's dedicated just to this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my hair, and I'm going to, like, I do pay attention to where the ridges are. I want the ridges to help me. I'm going to push the pin towards the right. Okay, so now because the pin is going to the right, I'm going to do this way because it's not going to come out if I do that. So I'm pulling it around this way, and I do use my thumb, like my thumb is holding it in the back so that I can let go and then pick it back up and come around. So now this is hanging out this way. I'm going to push it in. I'm going to like pass this one, and I'm going to push it in, and I'm going to flip it to face the, to go in and dig in the opposite way. That way it will not come out. And I'm trying not to do it in a way that will cause me tension that hurts. So I try to be careful with where I do it. Like if I feel like that spot's going to hurt, I don't do it. Okay. All right, so now it's fastened in, going that way. You know, whatever way to keep the tension. So then I just let my hair down. There's some pins that I'm like readjusting. I just let my hair down. You know, if you need to pull some through the base or whatever, and then I just reorganize the hair however I feel like it. I usually will let the front cover, and then like push it over to a side. I hardly ever, I mean, but if you're more of a thing where you want to open it up and have it go to the back, which I might do that. Hair is hanging a little too long for me to be in the front, but oftentimes, usually what you see in my videos is the hair is pushed to the front. But I think for this one, we're just going to do all the back, because the piece in the front was it's giving too much like Panic at the Disco or something. A little too much of that, and I want less of that. Yeah? And like literally that's it. No, I'm not going to brush my hair. Like this is how I do it. Let me readjust my camera to accommodate for someone wearing a puff. All right, there we go. There we go. So that's how I do it. Let me do 360, because somebody gonna be like, you didn't show us the back. I don't really know what my hair looks like from the back in a puff. I don't know. Have no idea. If your hair is shorter than mine, you may not be able to achieve the exact same look, but what I did when I had shorter hair is, you know, since I said earlier that an option could be an old twist out, an old twist out is more likely to give you a little bit more of that length. I actually prefer the puff to be a little shorter than this. This is getting kind of long. It's in ponytail territory. So the more shrunken your hair is, the more you're going to get that like puffed out evenness and beautifulness. What I'm going to do from here is I am going to leave my hair like this probably for the week. Usually I would do a week. However, the way I style my hair, I don't know if it starts to dry out or whatever, because like right now my hair is very soft and it feels fine. If it starts to dry out, then girl, we'll take it down and we'll go ahead and wash it. But usually, just to get you an idea of what I normally do, usually it stays for a week. And that's it. That's it. So I'm going to put some videos over here. You guys go check those out. YouTube will recommend it based off of your viewing history and things they think you'll be into. Subscribe. I post videos every week, and I'll talk to you in the next one.